Lamada. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely, won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing story time with Mr. Lamada. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely, won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing.
Good morning and welcome to Story Time. Thank you so much for joining me today. And again, apologies that we are so late, but thank you for being here with us indeed on Story Time. Absolutely love it that we're here together. Of course, updates on computers and stuff has set us back. And like I say, something always has to happen every morning. Thank you so much for being here with me. Please do bear with me on this Zambian time. Thank you so much for being here. I hope that you're ready for this wonderful story that we have today for you. Yes, the 4th edition of Story Time. Indeed, a big thank you to you, Marietta, for that beautiful picture that you sent us and you were able to see. Indeed, I'd say last week that hopefully somebody could share some of those 4 colors, and Marietta and Henry out in Harvard, Massachusetts did that just for us. And here is how it looks. Isn't that so beautiful? Thank you so much for joining in and welcome to Story Time. Thank you for being here. How was your weekend? Please let us know. And indeed, I hope that you had a good one. My weekend was good. The African Arts Festival was good. It was good to be there, see all the dancing and try and do some story time as well. Thank you so much for being here. Next up, it is the next festival up, and this one is the Freedom to Express, and this one is coming up this Saturday, so stay tuned for that. Stay tuned for details for that one. Thank you so much for being here with us. Please, as always, let us know where you're joining in from and who is joining in with you. Let us see who is with us this morning, ready to enjoy a wonderful story indeed. Good morning to you, Marietta, from a cloudy Harvard, Massachusetts. Hey, nice trees. Yes, indeed. Thank you so much for sharing this beauty. Absolutely love it. Look at that. Yes, indeed. Thank you indeed, Marietta. And of course, Henry sending you love as well. Thank you so much for joining us today on Story Time. Good morning to you. I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day. But before then, we have Story Time together. And this time we're bringing back another favorite of Story Time. And this one is called Because of an Acorn, What Happens? This one is written by Lola Schaefer and Adam Schaefer and illustrations by Frann, Preston-Gannon. Thank you so much for joining in Story Time. And of course, we're reading this one with permission of the publishers, Chronicle Books of San Francisco. A very big good morning to you and welcome. Thank you for being here. As always, let us know where you are. Please let us know you are here, ready to enjoy Story Time. Thank you so much for joining us today out here. Soraya, good morning to you. How are you doing? And of course, Sharon Lungo, hugs. Thank you for joining us today. I hope that indeed you do have a lovely Monday and a lovely rest of the week. But here on Story Time today, we start off with Because of an Acorn. Thank you so much for being here. I am glad that we're here together. I hope that you had a good weekend, Soraya and Sharon Lungo. Thank you so much for joining us on Story Time. Good morning to you. How are you doing? Chilly but beautiful Groton, Massachusetts. Clara is excited to be at school with her friends. Well, as it should be. Thank you so much for joining in. Thank you for sharing that little bit. Erin is having a snack and very much looking forward to Story Time. Well, Erin, you are in the right place, get cozy, get comfortable. Very soon we start with our story. Thank you so much for being here. Erin, hugs, 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 high fives to you. Thank you so much for joining us on Story Time. Good morning to you. Hey, 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 look who's in the house. Thank you so much for joining in. Yes, all the way out in Denmark. Thank you so much for joining in. Fiona, how are you doing today? Our time difference does not allow us to join you. We watch the recordings. Well, I am glad. Thank you, though. This is such a treat having you here today on our live. Thank you so much for joining in. And of course, sending love, 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 love out there to Marissa. And oh my goodness, why is it that I'm always blanking on the second name? Just give me a minute. I will come right back. But Marissa, sending you hugs. Thank you so much for joining in today. I am glad that you're here. And of course, Fiona, thank you indeed. Thank you for being here with us on Story Time. And guess what? I actually just texted Gilo this morning talking about soccer. Of course, dream soccer, live soccer, sleep soccer, right? I was like 6:15. Why not? So I was just asking what his top 3 teams were for the World Cup this year. So I wonder what yours are. Thank you so much for joining in. Mirai, there we go. Thank you. I know. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thank you so much for joining in. So good to see you here live. Thank you indeed for joining in, and I'm glad that you are here with us today, and I hope that you are having a wonderful time out there in Denmark. Thank you for being here with us. Absolutely love it. Good morning to you, Kamala. How are you doing today out in New York? Kamala, who is joining in with you this time on Story Time, thank you for being here, and I hope that you have fun with us. We are reading a wonderful book indeed, and this one is called Because of an Acorn, and this one is coming back after a short while. It was here actually in August, I think. And this one is by Lola M. Schaefer and Adam Schaefer. Illustrations by Frann, Preston-Gannon. Thank you so much for joining us on Storytime. Thank you for being here. Good morning to you. Pamela Courtney, thank you for being here. Say back from a week's break. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for joining in. The Keen folk are back. Well, good morning to you, Braylon and Chad. Hopefully back stronger and healthier and feeling all good. Thank you so much for being here with us on Storytime. Smoothies and breakfast burrito while listening. Oh my goodness. I'm packing my bags right now and coming to Natchitoches, Louisiana, because it sounds like that's where all the fun is today. That's where all the food is today. Thank you so much for joining in. Auntie Anne, good morning to you. Hugs, hugs, hugs. Thank you so much for joining us on Storytime. I hope you enjoyed your break too. Thank you, Auntie Pam, Chad, Braylon, and of course, Auntie Anne. Thank you so much for joining us on Storytime. Glad you are here. All right, top teams. World Cup coming up. Fiona, Portugal, Denmark, and Germany. Oh wow, yes. You and Jack on the same one there with Germany. I have a wildcard too. I'm curious to see what your wildcard is. Thank you so much for joining in. Good morning to you one more time, Kamala. Thank you so much for being here. And you say my 7-year-old home injured with a broken ankle. He loves stories. Well, stories. This is the right place. You're in the right place. Thank you so much for joining in. Remember too that you can find Storytime at storytimewithmrlimata.com or indeed at Storytime with Mr. Limata on Facebook and YouTube. Join us live 7 a.m. Pacific time, recordings at 11 a.m. Pacific time, and of course at your convenience, at your leisure. Anytime, join in and find those stories and get to enjoy them. Thank you so much for joining in. And most importantly, too, sending you love out there. 7-year-old, broken ankle. We hope it heals quickly, but you are young. It will heal quickly. I hope that indeed you feel better very, very soon and can put some weight on that leg. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime today. Absolutely appreciate you. Welcome to Storytime. Please get ready, get comfortable, get cozy as we prepare for our story this morning. And this one is called Because of an Acorn, coming up very, very shortly. Join me on the other side of this break when we're back for our story for today. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime. Good morning to you all out there. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Zetta Elliott, and I am the author of 40 books for kids, including Dragons in a Bag and A Place Inside of Me. You're watching Storytime with Mr. Limata.
Welcome back indeed. Thank you, Zeta Elliott. Amazing creator of amazing books, many amazing books, and including one of Storytime's favorite here, A Place Inside of Me. If you've not seen it, please check it out and also find it where you find books. Today, Because of an Acorn, coming right up. This one is written by Lola M. Schaefer and Adam Schaefer, and it is illustrated by Frann Preston-Gannon. Tell me that's not the strongest name you're going to hear today. Frann Preston-Gannon. I love that name. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime. Are you ready? Oh yes, breakfast burritos, everything ready? Here we go. Because of an Acorn. This one written by Lola M. Schaefer and Adam Schaefer, and illustrations by Frann Preston-Gannon. And we're reading this one with permission of Chronicle Books of San Francisco. A big thank you to them indeed for allowing us to share these wonderful books here on Storytime. And look out for brand new books coming from them as well. We have them ready, just working on a few things, and they'll be right here. Because of an Acorn. What happens because of an acorn? Because of an acorn, a tree. And because of a tree, what happens? Because of an acorn, a tree. Because of a tree, what do you think? And because of a tree, a bird. Whoa. And because of a tree, a bird. Makes me have to go on a little walk in the forest. Because of a bird, what happens? Because of a bird, something special too. Because of a bird, a seed. Oh my. And because of a seed, what else? Because of a bird, a seed. And because of a seed, oh, what's next? What is next indeed? A flower! Isn't that pretty? Because of a seed, a flower. And because of a flower, oh my, what is next? What do you think? Because of a flower, a fruit. Oh, delicious. Yum, yum, yum. What's your favorite fruit? What is your favorite fruit? Yes. Because of a seed, a flower. And because of a flower, a fruit. Fruit! Because of a fruit, what's next? So much to come. And because of a fruit, a chipmunk. Oh. And because of a chipmunk, what's next? What do you see? What do you think? Because of a fruit, a chipmunk. Because of a chipmunk, what's coming up? What's next? What do you see? Look very closely. Because of a chipmunk. A snake! Snake! No, get away, chipmunk. Because of a fruit, a chipmunk. And because of a chipmunk, a snake. Wow. Because of a snake, a hawk. Whoa. Yes, indeed. Because of a snake, a hawk. Wow. Because of a hawk, what happens? Because of a hawk. Aw, an acorn. Because of a hawk, an acorn. And because of an acorn, what else? Because of an acorn, a forest. Aw. Because of that one tiny acorn, an entire forest. Look at that. And that is the end of our story for today. Thank you so much for joining in. I really appreciate this book, and just a few reminders too from this book and how we can take care of our environment. It says, what can you do to help? Use fewer napkins and paper towels and more cloth napkins and towels. The less paper products needed, the fewer trees will be cut. Collect and take cardboard, newspapers, not papers, and letters to the recycling center. Hopefully there's one near you. The more we recycle, the less new paper will need to be made. Buy products that are made from recycled paper and cardboard. If recycled products sell well, there will be less need for new. Visit a forest near you. Take a hike. Watch the wildlife. Walk along a stream. Take photographs. When we appreciate the forest, we do more to conserve the land, plants, and animals. And I hope that we get to do that today. Join me on the other side of this very short break when we're back for more Storytime Chat. Thank you so much for being here with me on Storytime today. Absolutely appreciate you all.
Hello, I'm Olalu Ogunyemi, officer in the United States Marine Corps and author of Crow from the Shadow. You are tuned in with my brother on Storytime with Mr. Lamada. Enjoy, and God bless.
Thank you indeed, and welcome back. Olaolu Ogunyemi, yes, creator of Crow from the Shadow, and of course, Billy Dipper's Time to Shine, and Horace the Horsefly. Do check out all those books on our Storytime platforms. Thank you so much for being here with us. Today we were reading Because of an Acorn, and this is just such a powerful book showing us the interconnectedness of our lives and indeed the circle of life too, and so many things that are happening, the food web, food chain, everything in there. And I hope that you get a copy. Find it at your local library. Lots of activities I can see that we can do from this, lots of learning, and I hope that it sparks lots of conversations where you are. Thank you so much for joining in. Absolutely enjoyed this one. Appreciate it. And every time I read it, it also reminds me of a saying from the Bemba tribe of Zambia, and this one they say imiti kula empanga, and translated that one loosely means today's seedlings are tomorrow's forest. So let us nurture our little ones, let us nurture our little ones, and indeed so we can create those powerful forests, and our future could be brighter. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime today. Absolutely appreciate it and every one of you. This has been Storytime for today, and see you again tomorrow for more Storytime. But before we go to, I do have a special mention for today, and just wanted to highlight this wonderful book here. We've seen it before on Storytime here, and it is called Intersection Allies. If you can find it, please find it at your local library and read this book. Get to read it and have the conversations, great conversations that will be sparked from this one. It is written by Chelsea Johnson, Latoya Kanso, and Caroline Choi. I must say all of those are doctors. Dr. Chelsea Johnson, Dr. Latoya Kanso, congratulations on your new doctorate. And of course, Caroline Choi, and illustrations by Ashley Sales Smith. It is a powerful book, beautiful book indeed. Intersection Allies. We make room for all. So find it, at your local library and get to enjoy one. Special mention that one. But tomorrow we're back and we're keeping up on the nature theme. And tomorrow we bring back things to do. This one coming to you from Chronicle Books of San Francisco, and it is written by Elaine Magliaro and illustrations by Katia Chien. So join in tomorrow and get to enjoy this one, Things to Do. And today we were reading all about the acorn and how important that is, and how from that tiny acorn we have forest farming. Thank you so much for being here with us on Storytime. I hope that you have a lovely day indeed. I am glad that we were here together, and please enjoy the beautiful picture as we are rolling out. Beautiful picture coming in from Marietta and Henry out in Harvard, Massachusetts. Thank you for sending that. A piece of 4 here to enjoy. And of course, thank you indeed for being here with us. Remember to play our part. Recycle. Hopefully there are centers, there are places near you. Hopefully your city does recycling, and we get to just protect the environment a little bit more. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime. Please remember to keep sending your recommendations here to us. Thank you. Thank you. One more time, let us see who was with us enjoying that wonderful story. Good morning to you, Marietta. Thank you so much from a cloudy Harvard, Massachusetts today. Hey, nice trees. Absolutely wonderful. Thank you for sharing them with us. Good morning to you, Sharon Lungo. How are you doing? And of course, Soraya, I hope that you have a lovely Monday. Lovely start to your week. Thank you indeed for being here with us. Good morning to you, Tara McNamara, out in beautiful Grattan, Massachusetts. Thank you for being here. Clara is excited to be at school with her friends. Of course, and I hope we can hear all those laughs all this way out here in Oakland. Thank you so much for joining in. Erin is having a snack and very much looking forward to the story. Well, Erin, I hope you enjoyed that story today, and I hope that you look forward to tomorrow's as well. Thank you so much for being here. Looking forward to seeing you here with us for more story time. Good morning to you. Great to see you on our live today. Of course, Mirai, and of course, Marissa and Fiona Otieno out in Denmark. Thank you so much for joining us today, and of course sharing your favorites for this World Cup this year. And let's see how that goes. I'll be looking at your bracket and seeing how it goes. And from New York, joining us today was Kamala. Thank you so much for being here with us. Absolutely love it. I am glad that you were here with us. And of course, wishing your 7-year-old quick healing. Thank you so much. I hope that ankle feels better soon. Thank you so much for joining us on Storytime. Hugs to you, Mirai. Thank you so much for joining in. Auntie Anne and the kinfolk. Auntie Pam, back from break. Thank you so much for joining in. Braylon and Chad, sending you love, love, love. Thank you so much for being here with us. Absolutely appreciate you, and I hope to see you some more tomorrow. Thank you so much for joining in. Please heal up, sending you love out there with an injured ankle, and I hope that you enjoyed the story. Hopefully it helped ease the pain a little bit. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you. Oh, Peter, thank you so much for joining us. You say doing a great job. Well, thank you for being here. Thank you for showing your love for reading and joining us today for today's story. Thank you so much for joining in today. Absolutely love it. We're just over at Salt and Light for breakfast the other day. Love Grattan. Well, thank you so much. There's a connection right there. You are right in each other's part of town. Thank you so much for sharing that. And maybe when I do come out there to Massachusetts, sounds like Salt and Light is the place to be. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime. Absolutely love it. Thank you. Fiona, oh, I am so glad you're here, and thank you. Always trying to keep up on social media, seeing what you all are up to. Thank you so much for joining in today, and my love to the family indeed. Hugs to each and every one of you. Marissa, Mirai, thank you, and of course Papa as well, sending you love. Thank you for being here because of an acorn. Yes, and I hope that those little reminders of what we can do to help our environment were helpful today, and of course guide you through this day. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime. This has been Storytime for today. Please join me again tomorrow for more Storytime. Much love from me. We're back tomorrow with an exciting story. This one has been here to Storytime before, and it is called Things to Do. Join me for this one and come have fun with us. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime. Much love from me, and I will see you again tomorrow for more Storytime. Hugs. Bye-bye.
will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely, won't you start our reading? I just can't wait to be hearing story time with Mr. Lamada. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely, won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing. Oh, story time with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't live lonely, won't you start all the reading? We just can't wait to be hearing. Brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't live lonely, won't you start all the reading? We just can't wait to be hearing.